Best lap is a 1:06.878. Peter Grobler in T14 is P6. JD Ellis in T1 is P4 on Supers. Blake Kruger is P1. Peter Grobler in T5 is P7. Best lap is a 1:06.732. Ryan P in T5 is third. Best lap is a 1:06.190. Blake Kruger is first. Blake Kruger Announcer bot is active. The qualification session is at R-Factor conversion in Darwin, Australia. The wind speed is 5 km/h from the east-northeast. Ryan Ludick is second. Michelle Rust from Namibia in T1 is 8th. Jason Nell from South Africa is 10. Jason Nell is up 16.25 in T4. Jason Nell is up 15.80 in T8. Jason Nell improved his P1 with a 108.393. JD Ellis is P5. JD Ellis is provisional pole with a 107.389. Mike McGeer from South Africa is 9th up 23.21. Jason Nell in T11 is P5 up 0.90. Jason Nell is provisional pole with a 107.039. JD Ellis from South Africa is P2. JD Ellis is provisional pole with a 106.725. Ryan Ludick from South Africa is P6. Ryan Ludick improved his 4th with a 107.710. 0.985 off pole. Mike McGeer is P10. Mike McGeer is up 1.25 in T12. Jason Nell is 3rd up 0.59. Five minutes remaining in the session. Jason Nell is provisional pole with a 106.525. Blake Kruger from South Africa in T13 is P9 up 16.22. Blake Kruger improved his P9 with a 110.117. 3.592 off pole. Mike McGeer is P8. Mike McGeer is up 0.45 in T12. Mike McKeer improved his P7 with a 107.388. .863 off pole. Cohen Sassman is P11. Cohen Sassman is provisional pole with a 106.490. Ryan P is third. Peter Grobler in T12 is sixth up 0.07. P12. Blake Kruger improved his P8 with a 106.889. .399 off pole. Dolph Hoff is P10. Dolph Hoff is up 0.77 in T11. Dolph Hoff improved his second with a 106.522. .032 off pole. Cohen Sassman is first. Cohen Sassman is provisional pole with a 106.160. Jason Nell is P3. Jason Nell improved his second with a 106.186. .026 off pole. Blake Kruger is 9. Blake Kruger is up 0.23 in T14. Blake Kruger improved his fifth with a 106.700. .540 off pole. Cohen Sassman is first. Cohen Sassman is up 0.17 in T8. Cohen Sassman is provisional pole with a 106.056. Blake Kruger in T7 is P6 up 0.33. Michelle Rust in T11 is fourth. Michelle Rust is up 0.01 in T13. Melvin Goes from Namibia in T1 is P11. Melvin Goes is up 0.11 in T2. Jaco Weiss from Namibia in T7 is P13 up 0.31. Jaco Weiss improved his P13 with a 107.665. 1.609 off pole. Michelle Rust is P5. Michelle Rust improved his fourth with a 106.549. .493 off pole. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Peter Grobler is 9. Peter Grobler improved his seventh with a 106.690. .634 off pole. Mike McKeer is 12. Mike McKeer is up 0.31 in T7. Jayco Wees is P13. Jayco Wees improved his 13th with a 1:07.418. 1.362 off pole. Melvin goes in T1 is 10th. Melvin goes is up 0.27 in T6. Announcer bot is active. The race session is at R-Factor conversion in Darwin, Australia. The wind speed is 12 km/h from the northeast. Cohen Sassman is P1. Please start. Peter Grobler in T1 is A. Rust from Namibia is 7. From South Africa is 9, 0.2 ahead of Ryan Whibbett. Cohen Sassman from South Africa in T5 is first, 0.5 ahead of Jason Nell. Peter Grobler in T6 is P11. Best lap is a 1:19.762. 6.022 off the fastest lap. Dole Koch from South Africa is P3. J.D. Ellis from South Africa is P6, 0.2 ahead of Melvin Goes. J.D. Ellis is now 5th. Dole Koch is 4th. Best lap is a 1:07.785. 1.320 off the fastest lap. Michelle Rust in T6 is 7th, 0.3 behind Melvin Goes. J.D. Ellis in T12 is P5, 0.2 ahead of Melvin Goes. Rust from Namibia in T1 is P7, 0.5 ahead of Craig Weston. Peter Grobler in T2 is 12. Cohen Sassman in T11 is P1, 0.5 ahead of Jason Nell. Dole Koch is P4, 0.5 ahead of Melvin Goes. Sassman in T6 on lap 5 is first, 0.8 ahead of Jason Nell. The leader has just finished the race. Cohen Sassman finished P1. Jason Nell finished P2. Blake Kruger finished 3rd. Dole Hawk finished 4th. Melvin Goes finished P5. J.D. Ellis finished P6. Michelle Rust finished P7. Craig Westley finished 8th. Jaco Weiss finished 9th. Ryan P. finished 10th. Ryan Ludick finished 11th. Peter Grobler finished P12. Mike McGear finished 13th. Melvin Goes from Namibia finished P5. Blake Kruger from South Africa finished P3. Announcer bot is active. The race session is at R-Factor Conversion in Darwin, Australia. The wind speed is 5 km/h from the east-northeast. Melvin Goes is third. Cohen Sassman from South Africa is P1 on Supers. In the session. Race start. Melvin Goes from Namibia in T1 is P5. South Africa is fourth. Ryan Wittig from South Africa in T6 is 11th. JD Ellis from South Africa is 6th. Craig Westley from South Africa is 9th. Is 4th, battling Melvin Goes. Peter Grobler in T5 is P12, 0.3 ahead of Mike McGeer. Melvin Goes is P5, 0.2 ahead of JD Ellis. Dole Koff is 4th, 0.1 ahead of Melvin Goes. Lost P5 to JD Ellis. Ryan P from South Africa in T1 is 11th, battling Ryan Wittig. In T6 on lap 3 is P11, 0.3 ahead of Peter Grobler. Ryan P in T11 is 10, 0.3 ahead of Ryan Wittig. Ryan Wittig in T1 is P11, 0.4 ahead of Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler is P12, 0.5 ahead of Mike McGeer. Ryan Wittig from South Africa in T8 is P11, 0.4 ahead of Peter Grobler. Michelle Rust from Namibia is 8th. Michelle Rust passed Jaco Weiss for P7. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Cohen Sassman is first. Best lap is a 1:06.676. 0.164 off the fastest lap. Craig Westley in T6 is P9. Best lap is a 1:07.373. 0.861 off the fastest lap. is 11, 0.3 ahead of Peter Grobler. Ryan Wittick was 0.8 faster last lap. Craig Westley is P9, 0.4 ahead of Ryan Wittick. Ryan Wittick in T1 on lap 6 is P11, 0.5 ahead of Peter Grobler. Craig Westley is P9, 0.2 ahead of Ryan Wittick. Melvin Goes is P6, 0.4 behind Dole Hawk. Dole Hawk is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Melvin Goes. Lost P5 to Melvin Goes. Craig Westley in T1 is P9. Craig Westley lost 9th to Ryan Wittick. Melvin Goes in T12 is 5th, 0.3 behind JD Ellis. JD Ellis was 2.5 faster last lap. In T1 is 6th, 0.7 behind JD Ellis. Dole Hawk is now P5. JD Ellis in T3 is 12, 0.2 behind Peter Grobler. Jaco Weiss from Namibia in T7 is P8, 0.5 ahead of Ryan P. Dole Hawk in T14 is P6, 0.3 ahead of Michelle Rust. Dole Hawk is now 5th. Melvin Goes in T1 is 4th, 1.2 ahead of Dole Hawk. Jaco Weiss in T4 is 6th, 0.4 ahead of Ryan P. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Cohen Sassman is P1, 0.4 ahead of Jason Nell. Cohen Sassman lost first to Jason Nell. Jaco Weiss in T6 on lap 10 is P6, 0.6 ahead of Ryan P. Ryan Liddick from South Africa in T10 is P9, 0.7 ahead of Peter Grobler. Cohen Sassman in T1 is P2, 1.1 behind Jason Nell. Ryan Liddick in T1 is P9. Best lap is a 1:07.455. 1.349 off the fastest lap. Jaco Weiss is 7th, 0.1 behind Ryan P. Ryan Liddick in T6 is P11, 1.9 behind Mike McGear. Ryan Liddick lost P11 to J.D. Ellis. Dolph Hoff is 6th, 0.1 behind Ryan P. Michelle Rust in T1 is P8, 0.5 behind Jaco Weiss. Michelle Rust was 2.6 faster last lap. Ryan Liddick entering the pits is 12. Ryan Liddick is P12. Mike McGear from South Africa is 10. Ryan Liddick on lap 11 is 12th on softs. Ryan Liddick exiting pits on softs. Michelle Rust is 8th, 0.5 behind Jaco Weiss. Michelle Rust is now 7th. Cohen Sassman in T1 is 2nd, 0.4 behind Jason Nell. Melvin Goes from Namibia in T1 is P7, 0.4 ahead of Michelle Rust. Melvin Goes lost P8 to Peter Grobler. Cohen Sassman in T7 is P2, 0.5 behind Jason Nell. Dolph Hoff in T14 is 5th on supers, 0.6 behind Ryan P. Michelle Rust entering the pits is 7th. Michelle Rust is P7. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Melvin Goes is 9th. Mike McGear is P10. Peter Grobler is P7, 3.2 behind Jaco Weiss. Michelle Rust exiting pits on supers. Mike McGear is 11th. Melvin Goes exiting pits on supers. Mike McGear exiting pits. Jason Nell from South Africa in T14 is first on Supers, 1.0 ahead of Cohen Sassman. Cohen Sassman is second, 2.7 ahead of Blake Kruger. Mike McGear in T5 is P11, 1.8 behind Melvin Goes. Mike McGear was 8.8 faster last lap. Cohen Sassman is 7th on Supers, 3.4 behind Peter Grobler. Cohen Sassman exiting pits on Supers. Melvin Goes in T14 on lap 14 is P10, 0.8 ahead of Mike McGear. Jaco Weiss from Namibia in T6 is P5, 2.0 ahead of Peter Grobler. Cohen Sassman in T7 on lap 15 is 7th. Ryan P entering the pits is 3rd. Ryan P is 4th. Peter Grobler entering the pits is P6. Peter Grobler is P6. Mike McGear in T7 is P10, 0.7 ahead of Melvin Goes. Ryan P is 5th. Ryan P exiting pits on Supers. Jaco Weiss exiting pits on Supers. Peter Grobler exiting pits. Michelle Rust in T1 is 6th on Supers, 0.6 ahead of Jaco Weiss. JD Ellis is P11. JD Ellis exiting pits on Supers. Jason Nell entering the pits is P1. Jason Nell is P2. Mike McGear in T5 is 9, 0.5 ahead of Melvin Goes. Dolph Hoff entering the pits is 3rd. Dolph Hoff is 3rd. Jason Nell exiting pits on Supers. Mike McGear in T8 is 9, 0.5 ahead of Melvin Goes. Dolph Hoff is P4. Dolph Hoff exiting pits on Supers. Dolph Hoff lost P4 to Ryan P. Michelle Rust in T1 is 6th, 0.6 behind Dolph Hoff. Dolph Hoff is P5. Best lap is a 1:07.220. 1.114 off the fastest lap. Blake Kruger entering the pits is P1. Blake Kruger is P1. Mike McGear in T6 is 9, 0.6 ahead of Melvin Goes. Blake Kruger from South Africa is P3 on Supers. Blake Kruger exiting pits on Supers. Dolph Hoff is P5. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Cohen Sassman in T6 is P2, 0.4 behind Jason Nell. Hoff in T6 is 5th, 0.7 ahead of Michel Rust. Cohen Sassman is P2, 0.4 behind Jason Nell. Dolph Hoff in T1 is 5th, 0.9 ahead of Michel Rust. Cohen Sassman in T7 on lap 20 is P2, 0.3 behind Jason Nell. Dolph Hoff in T9 is P5, 0.6 ahead of Michel Rust. Cohen Sassman in T1 is P2 on Supers, 0.8 behind Jason Nell. Dolph Hoff in T1 is 5th, 0.8 ahead of Michel Rust. Cohen Sassman in T7 is P2 on Supers, 0.3 behind Jason Nell. Dolph Hoff in T7 is P5, 0.2 ahead of Michel Rust. Cohen Sassman is 2nd, 0.1 behind Jason Nell. Cohen Sassman passed Jason Nell for 1st. Melvin goes in T14 is P8, 0.4 ahead of Mike McGear. Cohen Sassman from South Africa in T6 is P1, 0.6 ahead of Jason Nell. Five minutes remaining in the session. Melvin goes in T6 is 8, 0.5 ahead of Mike McGear. Cohen Sassman in T1 is 1st, 0.5 ahead of Jason Nell. Melvin goes as P8 battling Mike McGear. Mike McGear was 4.7 faster last lap. Melvin goes lost P8 to Mike McGear. Melvin goes past Mike McGear for P8. Blake Kruger from South Africa in T7 is 3rd. Peter Grobler in T7 is 7th, 4.2 behind Dolph Hoff. Cohen Sassman in T1 is P1, 1.8 ahead of Jason Nell. Dold Hawk in T1 is P6, 1.1 behind Michelle Rust. Jaco Weiss in T1 is P9, 0.8 behind Mike McGear. Peter Grobler in T7 is P7, 4.4 behind Dolkhoff. JD Ellis in T7 is 10, 2.6 behind Jaco Weiss. Dolkhoff in T1 is 6th, 1.5 behind Michelle Rust. Jaco Weiss in T1 on lap 25 is 9, 1.5 behind Mike McGear. Peter Grobler in T7 is 7, 4.5 behind Dolkhoff. Blake Kruger is 3rd, 3.7 behind Jason Nell. Blake Kruger was 0.9 faster last lap. Ryan Ludick in T7 is 11, 0.1 ahead of Melvin Goes. Ryan Ludick was 10.6 faster last lap. Ryan Ludick lost P11 to Melvin Goes. Jason Nell is P2, 3.5 ahead of Blake Kruger. Blake Kruger was 0.9 faster last lap. Cohen Sassman in T14 is 1st, 2.4 ahead of Jason Nell. Cohen Sassman was 0.7 faster last lap. Jason Nell from South Africa is P2, 3.0 behind Cohen Sassman. Blake Kruger in T1 is 3rd, 2.0 ahead of Ryan B. Dolkhoff in T2 is P6, 0.6 behind Michelle Rust. The leader has just finished the race. Cohen Sassman finished 1st. Jason Nell finished 2nd. Blake Kruger finished 3rd. Ryan P finished P4. Michelle Rust finished 5th. Dolkhoff finished P6. Peter Grobler finished 7th. Mike McGear finished 8th. Melvin Goes finished 11th. Jaco Weiss finished 9th. Ryan Ludick finished P12. JD Ellis finished P10. Jason Nell finished second. Mike McGear finished P8. Michelle Rust finished P5.